Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I've noticed that quite a lot of you have been asking me to make a video like this, so I've gone ahead and just gathered together some tips on how you can litter train your rabbit. Now I just need to say that some rabbits can actually take a little bit longer than others to be litter trained, so it really is all about patience. Now baby rabbits and rabbits that aren't actually neutered or spayed can also be a little bit more difficult to litter train, but it is often best to train them at an early age anyway. So first we'll talk about preparing the litter box. Now you can find lots of different litters online or in store. I buy my litter from places like Sainsbury's and Pets at Home, and I often use a great absorber, which is just wood-based litter. You really need to avoid using pine shavings, clumping litters, clay litters, all those kinds of different things. There's a long list of things that you shouldn't use, and I will leave you those in the description just so that you can be aware. You need to make sure that there's access to hay drawing training as well, whether it's in a hay ball, a hay dispenser, a hay rack, or in the actual tray itself, because rabbits do like to eat and litter at the same time. It's also best to add in some of your rabbit's old litter just so that they know the scent, and it really will encourage them to get inside the litter box and learn that that's where they need to be. During the actual training itself, make sure that you don't allow your rabbits to have too much freedom, as this just gives them the access to litter wherever they want to, and this can often slow down the litter training process. So try and stick to corners of their home or room wherever you're litter training them. You need to also find your rabbit's favourite corner where they litter. Now some rabbits will have different corners where they litter. For example, Rosie, she has two different corners in her hutch, which is why we have two litter trays, and then she has one in her cage. You may need multiple different trays in different sections of your rabbit's home. You'll also need to clean up litter outside of the box, as litter that's outside the box can just encourage them to litter there again, and you really don't want that, as again this is just slowing down the whole littering training process. So try and keep areas outside of the corners free from litter, and just make sure that you encourage your rabbit to sit in the tray. You can encourage them just by stroking them in their favourite places, or even just hand feeding them a healthy treat, as again they are eating and rabbits do like to eat and litter at the same time. You'll need to continue this process until your rabbit has finally gathered that they need to use a litter tray, and like I said before, this can take weeks, maybe months, maybe just a couple of days. It depends on the individual rabbit. But with lots of encouragement and keeping up the process and just being patient in general, you can really speed up litter training. So just some more tips just to help you a tiny bit more. Like I said before, just during training, add some of your rabbit's litter into the litter trays, depending on how many you're using, as this just encourages them to get to know their litter tray, know their scent, and it just encourages them to be there. Make sure you avoid scented litters completely. So like I just said, once they're in there, reward them with lots of bonding or just a healthy treat, and then once they're in there themselves, make sure you give them a little bit of independence and back off a little bit. Don't be there all the time, because they need to learn to be there on their own. So again, we hope these tips really helped you, and we'll see you again in our next video. Bye!